Afternoon, everybody. My name is Graham and I am the Mornington Traveller. Today I am in the seaside suburb of Mordialloc, and Mordialloc Pier is what I've come to see today. So let's go and find it and see what we can see. It is a very windy day today, so when I get home I'll review this footage, but I suspect there'll be so much wind noise on the audio track that I'll have to damp it down and do a narration over the top. Mordialloc Pier likely began as a small jetty in the 1850s, situated at the mouth of the Mordialloc Creek. Early settlers depended on supply ships to bring goods in from Melbourne at that time because roads and railways were non-existent, and supply ships required a jetty to tie up to allow easy unloading of their goods. In 1869, the government issued a tender for the construction of a more substantial pier. Work commenced and it was still ongoing in 1870. So here is where Mordialloc Creek enters into Port Phillip Bay. So here we are at the entrance to Mordialloc Pier. By 1875, locals were campaigning to extend the jetty by about 300 feet, or 91 metres. The Shire of Moorabbin was involved in trying to secure funding. The pier became an important destination for steamers, ferries and yachts, especially during the summer. Boats like the steamships Hygeia and Wiruna service bay destinations, stopping at piers and jetties all along Port Phillip, including Mordialloc. Locals made use of the pier for boating, fishing and recreation. In the early 1900s, it was common to use the pier for open-air church services on Sundays, especially during the summer. The pier has been repeatedly subject to storm damage. Records show damage in 1901, 1903, 1910, 1922, 1924 and 1934. Each time repairs were required, sometimes quite substantial. The sea baths at Mordialloc, which were another major attraction, were damaged in a storm in November 1934. They were not rebuilt and were subsequently demolished. This cute little shelter shed was used on this day by a couple of courageous young men who were actually swimming off the pier. By the early 1980s, the pier was showing its age. Piles had been degraded by worm damage and erosion, and maintenance was becoming expensive. In 1983, a proposal was made to shorten the pier by about 60 metres as part of the refurbishment plans. This proposal was very controversial, and a local boat builder called Jack Pompey organised a Save the Pier committee to oppose the shortening of the pier. Public petitioning and lobbying was successful, and the pier remained at its original length. As we reach the end of the pier, 175 metres from the shore, can I give a shout out to my loyal 107 subscribers. Channel subscriptions are important to YouTubers, as it lets us know that you're enjoying the content that we are creating for you. So please click on that subscription button. It doesn't cost you anything and it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing by you. Funding for repairs came from multiple sources, including Mordialloc Council, Chelsea Council and the State Tourism Commission, and most significantly donations from the community. In 2009 the pier was given a significant facelift and renovation. This included a new top deck, repairing side capping, replacing the lower side platform decks with steel mesh to better handle waves and tidal changes. Throughout its life, ownership and /or management of the pier has shifted and changed. Currently, Parks Victoria manages the site. Credit for most of this historical content to Kingston Local History. Even on this wild and windy day, there are still several people taking a constitutional walk up and down the pier. Notice how calm and sheltered the creek is compared to the bay just a few metres away. The Mordialloc Foreshore Trail runs from the pier in the direction of the city. It's a shared bike and pedestrian pathway. Mordialloc Beach is a wide golden sand beach. I'm surprised that in all my years of living in Melbourne, I've never been here before. So now it's time for the Mornington traveller to make his way back to Mordialloc train station, catch the train back down to Frankston and catch the bus from Frankston to Mornington. Thank you so much for coming to Mordialloc Pier with me. I hope you find this video enjoyable, maybe informative. If so, could I ask you to give it a big like and even consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.